straight through the heart of them and landing in the goal. Arno will fill in for him. And through the hands they work. Little dink from Gamble. Caught over there on the far side. Schiller's chasing through. Schiller needs a bounce. The ball beats him and then it's planted on the goal, on the in-goal line. Referee comes across and has a look. Referee's going to award this. But Hetherington on the right. He's been through them once before, but Arthur gets it instead. Vitano caught and skipped. Fed across for Aoki. That's lovely from the Knights. That is lovely. The Knights have gone 70 metres again. And Arthur goes to the air. And Gudgeon has the job of catching this. It's fumbled down to Hetherington. The prop's got a double. Play the ball is glacial. They work with Gamble. Hurled across from Gamble. This time he finds his target. De Courcy down the touchline. De Courcy's over again. Now it's last. Matt Arthur for Jake. Little kick from Jake straight into the hands of Manu Leilua. The first of at least 5 they need. Dodd gives it flat. The first one's a chance here. Fletcher takes on Vitano. Fletcher goes through him. Referee thinks the ball was on the ground. Back from Tawavai. Instead they keep it moving now. Short ball to Ata who crashes over. Out to Dodd. Holds it up. Gives it to Gudgeon. Gudgeon goes for Myers. Myers for the corner. This time the flag stays down. Mamazelis for French. French faked and threw it. Now it's Ward. Ball on the deck. Caught by Arthur who takes off. The Knights could finish it here. Arthur's favourite to do it all himself. He's 30 away and going. He will score for Newcastle. French now. French looks up and goes. He burrows for the line. Ref thinks he's seen it on the ground again.
Getting them off the bottom of the ladder with a 12-point win over the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs' depth has been really tested this season in New South Wales Cup. Some troops were back for the Knights and they were able to walk away with the 12-point victory. Let's take a look at some of the key performers in our stats deep dive, kicking off with Jack Hetherington in the middle third. He had 52 minutes in this one, a double, a line break, 4 tackle breaks, 3 offloads and over 100 metres as well. All the KPIs you're needing to tick for a front rower. He also had 26 tackles, 3 missed, 1 ineffective, and he's knocking on the door for Adam O'Brien if required. Next up, Jake Arthur. He had 150 metres from 10 carries, 2 try assists, 20 tackles. Did miss 4 out there though, but he did share the kicking game with Tyson Gamble. Took charge in attack. And talk about effort, that 90-metre runaway too to seal it when South Sydney were on the comeback was a very gutsy play. Speaking of gutsy play, James Schiller, as the NRL side finds its mix, Schiller was sent down to reserve grade this week. He had 8 runs of 57 metres, 8 tackle breaks, 2 offloads and an intercept. He also had 21 tackles from 2 misses and 1 ineffective. For the Rabbitohs, Shaq Mitchell's where we start. He had 54 minutes in this one, 11 runs to 95 metres, 4 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, 27 tackles, 1 miss, 2 ineffective, in a pretty sound display. Next up, Tim Johansson. He had 80 minutes in the middle, 15 runs, 121 metres, 4 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, 33 tackles with just the 1 miss. We say it every week. He has surely been a find for this South Sydney lineup since coming across from Western Suburbs. And then we finish off with Tom Fletcher. He had 80 minutes in this one, 12 runs to 99 metres, 3 tackle breaks and offload, 27 tackles with a 100% tackle rate behind him. Well, next up, we're off to Henson Park for the clash between the Newtown Jets and the Manly Warringah Seagulls. The Jets, meanwhile, were welcoming back an NRL flyer, while for Manly, they're just looking for anything to go their way.
Jets and Manly on a Saturday afternoon. Atkinson sends it out. Stone Street, the kick on tackle 1 from the scrum, chasing his own kick, and he will get there first. Playing it is Patolo. Chen Kum Tong and Navale will submarine his way below the blue jerseys. And now the script has been flipped. Nice work here from Newtown. It's Hosking and the ball on the outside. Just like that. They answer straight back. From both sides. Walsh, he zings it out here for Kiowa. Now Vanga. It's been a tough afternoon. Vanga gets the ball inside. And there is try number 50 for Clayton Falalo. He moves in, strikes it. Doesn't look too bad off the boot, and the flags go up. Niue Puru. Just a few hours ago. Puru here for Ford. Ford puts it on the platter here for Stone Street, who's already got one, but he sends it back to the way it came. And Taj Ford doesn't bring it completely underneath the uprights, but Newtown last. They look to roll it into the in-goal through Puru when they get there, and he has come up with it. Shoop now for Swan. Still looking for a try against the former club. Mwangu Tortilla. And opens up for Zadis. Mwangu Tortilla. Too easy in the end. Pointer, Mwangu Tortilla. Walsh will grab it. Falalo gets to it. And well, can they decline the kick? He'll put it down, Falalo.
Scoring the last 2 tries of the game. It wasn't enough to steal victory from Newtown, winning at 26 points to 24, and it all goes back to that 49-metre penalty goal from Niue Puru that just was the difference in this one between these two sides. Stats deep dive time now. I mentioned off the top a flyer came back, and he came back in great style. Sam Stone Street had a try, 149 metres, 4 line breaks, a try assist, 2 tackle breaks. Look for Stoney to push for a new contract elsewhere, because the mail we get from Cronulla is he is going to be leaving next year because their salary cap is pretty much like Christopher Skase' operations. It's bare bones for next season. Next up, Kyle Pickering. He picked up a try, 10 runs for 87 metres. He had 3 tackle breaks, 30 tackles at a 100% tackle rate. He's been an unsung hero for the Jets on the edge in 2025. He's played most games. His metres have been really consistent, and he's been a really solid weapon for George Nadira's side, the Italian international. And then we go to Niue Puru. He had over 100 metres, the game-winning penalty goal in retrospect, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists, a forced dropout, 2 tackle breaks, 27 tackles, 1 miss, 2 ineffective. This is what we have been waiting years for Niue Puru to do consistently. He's done it for a couple weeks in a row now, and this is what we have been screaming for him to be able to do for weeks. People said, oh, it was going to take time. It took a year and a half for us to get to this point, which is a touch concerning, but now that we're here, let's embrace it. Next up, Clayton Falalo. He picked up a double, 140 metres, a line break, 4 tackle breaks, 2 offloads. He did make 3 errors, though, at the back. And speaking of Mr. Consistent, Caleb Navale says, I'm here, lads. A try and a line break in 80 minutes, 13 runs, 117 metres, 2 tackle breaks, an offload, a game high 43 tackles with just 3 misses and 2 ineffective. Following that up, Brandon Wakeham had 11 runs for 79 metres, 2 forced dropouts, 2 tackle breaks, 19 tackles with no misses. Did have 2 ineffective though. With Super League's expanded quota rules coming in, I think they're allowed 10 quota players or something for next year. Look for Wakeham to be a target for teams next season. Well, next up, we're going across the Tasman to Auckland, where the Warriors are looking to level their 1996 squad's record of 12 consecutive performances when they take on Western Suburbs.
Foa on here to Cleary. Doyle pops the pass here, still on here. Easy try here for the Warriors. Zio Carly. Right option there, just to take the tackle. So Hanson, he'll go. He'll kick the corner of Carly again. He's chasing through. Zio Carly bats back. They're still on here for the Warriors. They've got a try. Ali Leatua gets the way here, the Warriors. Left-hand side again. Cleary cuts back in and good tackle down low, but he gets the ball away. Healy's with it, puts it on the toe. The chasers are coming through. Oh, lovely out. Edward Cozy gets the Warriors. Healy again out of dummy half, quickly pops the pass. Lussick was under pressure, still on here. Cleary kicks it back to Hanson. Hanson, quick hands. Graham Tallford in a bit of space. Linking up here with Cozy for the corner. Warriors here for West. Kit Leahy is back on the field in 10. The Magpies falls. Another penalty here to West. Well, and we've got a man on the bench for the Warriors. Falls again. Looking up here, Mapalungi. Still through the hands here. Tuitupu in a bit of space, but going just bumps him off. Still on here for the Magpies. Chance for May. Taylan May's over. Did he get the footy down? I think he did. Falls. Quick hands here. Here's another opportunity here for Western Suburbs. Taylan May's got a double. Looking for a runner. Keeping it alive. Falls still with it. Chance here in the corner. May's looking for a hat-trick. Plants the footy down. Taylan May has a hat-trick. 22-14.
To a Picky and Tanner Boyd, but their replacements did just enough to get over the top of Western Suburbs. They led 22-0 at halftime before a late Western Suburbs resurgence made it just an 8-point game, but the Warriors' winning streak keeps on keeping on. Next week's an opportunity for 13 in a row and tie some of the great reserve grade sides of our generation. Stats deep dive time now, and one of those guys to step up was Jet Cleary, the halfback. Stepped into the shoes of Tanner Boyd this week, 755 metres and offload, which led to the try for Ed Cossey we saw in that package. 19 tackles, just the 3 misses in a really solid display. He also kicked the team around really well. His combination with Hanson going to be really, really key, as we mentioned on the podcast this week. I'm a really big fan of Jet Cleary this season. His emergence has been something to watch and something I've been really excited about for a long time in this side. And I think it's going to be a real point of difference moving forward for this cup side, but it shouldn't impact their winning record. Next up, Sam Healey. Well, he's back. A line break, a tackle break, a try assist, 11 runs, 139 metres, an offload, 44 tackles in a game high, 2 misses as well. Pretty sound effort from the number 9 that just can't seem to crack it permanently in first grade. I feel so sorry for him because he deserves it and would kick ass anywhere else. Next up, Kalani going. He had 117 metres, a tackle break, 38 tackles, 5 misses, 1 ineffective. He's had strong go forward all season. He's averaged over 100 metres this year, a 94% tackle efficiency, been a tremendous leader for the Warriors this season. Well, the man of the hour, Taylan May, picked up a hat-trick, 12 runs, 117 metres, 3 line breaks, 2 line break assists, 5 tackle breaks, solid in defence. He's back in the NRL this weekend, and a very interesting watch to see how Taylan adjusts back into the big time. Speaking of adjusting, Isaac Tuitupo Thompson was having a good centre outside him. He's going back to Brent Naden this week, but he had 18 runs, 179 metres, 2 line breaks, a line break assist, a try assist, 7 tackle breaks, and a forced dropout as well. Next up, Eliel Zakem. He had 17 runs, 142 metres, a tackle break, 3 offloads, 32 tackles, 1 missed, 1 ineffective. He's been a great pickup on the edge for Western Suburbs this season. Well, next up, we are heading off to Combank Stadium for the clash between the Parramatta Eels and the Penrith Panthers. These two teams are flying high. Let's see how they shape up.
The blind's on here for Lussick, and then Hunter Jinxon goes. We've seen it so many times already this season. It's going to be a big pass to find Cole, who dummied a couple of times and gave it flat to Ricky, and Ricky rolls through them and scores. Very wide pass. Then it's Hunter, little grubber, big chase, Samrani. That's 5. Lussick himself. Lussick slams it down. They went side to side. They go. Hunter and Volkman dummied and went to Tweedle. Tweedle gave it short to Penasini, who comes back inside and scores Parramatta's 4th. Can they build some pressure? Phillips straight through, looks for the pass and then reaches out and plants it down. On last. This time Lamont, then it's Cole. Murphy out the back. Parra with numbers here. Kapua in the corner. On last tackle. No thoughts of running it this time. Cole to the air. Tweedle to go up for it. Murphy comes down with it. Murphy flicks for Phillips. Still alive here for Penrith. And now well and truly alive for Parramatta. They're off and away. It's Jake Tungor, the try-scoring machine. A little bit more than this. They found something here with Lamont. He streaks into the clear. Hunter's coming for him. Price hurls for Murphy. Murphy kicks for himself. Murphy gets it back. We'll swing it straight away to Murphy. Then it's for Cole, and straight away Penrith attack. They've given it away here to Farley, who gallops off down the left. Action stations for Penrith. He rounds Tweedle. Samarani gets across to meet him. Parramatta line is scattered. Wake is tackled, and there's a penalty here. Samarani's off to the bin. Cole taps. 34 seconds. Tipped on by Cole. Chance here now. Wake tries to slide. Wake goes again. This is the last play. The siren will sound. Parramatta cling on.
John, a couple of weeks ago with a 6-point win over the Penrith Panthers. They came home with a wet sail, didn't they? But they just fell short. The Eels, they just seem to find a way to do it. They bounce back following last week's loss to the Roosters, and our stats deep dive consists of 3 of their young junior base. Richard Petticini had a line break, a try off a great short ball from Harper Tweed. He had 132 metres as well from 11 runs, 2 tackle breaks and offload, 21 tackles, just the 1 miss. He's been really consistent this season, Richard Petticini, in his game time, and it's just amazing to see him grow week on week on week. Would not surprise me if Jason Rice, with this youth policy he does have in play, wouldn't mind giving him just an inkling of first grade. Speaking of inklings of first grade, Matt Hunter's not quite there yet, but we talk about Parramatta's 6 jumper being up for grabs. Hunter could do himself a good service in this off-season if a trainer-child deal comes to his name. He had over 100 metres, a try, a line break and a try assist, 4 tackle breaks. We saw some rawness in defence, 21 made tackles, 9 misses, in a bit of a concern there, but I hope that that's just one little bit of rust. Next up, Arpatuano. I mentioned his short ball before. He had just under 100 metres in this one. A line break, an offload, a line break assist, a try assist for that try to Penasini we mentioned, as well as 6 tackle breaks. For the Panthers, Billy Phillips probably had the best game of the week out of everyone. He had a try, 22 runs, 186 metres in 69 minutes, a line break and a line break assist, 4 tackle breaks and offload. Yes, the error for the Tango try was costly, but put that to one side. He had 45 tackles as well, 3 misses, 2 ineffective. We'll be talking about Billy Phillips a little bit later on, let me tell you. Next up, Jesse McLean. He had a game high, 21 runs to 244 metres, a line break, 10 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, just 1 error. It's a nice bounce back game for Jesse McLean. He's had a rough year, was sent down to Jersey flag a couple of weeks ago, but he put himself back in the shop window in this game. Speaking of back in the shop window, Preston Ricky. He had 47 minutes in this one, a try, 10 runs for 89 metres, I should say. He had a line break, 7 tackle breaks as well, 23 tackles with a 100% tackle rate. Well, next up, we're heading off to North Sydney Oval for the North Sydney Bears, taking on the Canterbury Bulldogs.
Now to Marshke, puts up the big bomb here at North Sydney Oval. It bounces, it's gone backwards, they keep it alive, it's last. Stimson, there's a big overlap to the left. Toby, a chance for the Bears, they spin it, Katoa scores! Go now to Jake Toby. Fires it away to this left. A chance to the corner. What a try for the Bears. Bit of a set play here now to Marshke. Spins it now to Toby. To the corner. Put down the glasses here at North Sydney Oval. Quick play to ball now to Yates. Here they go. Itasi James. Try for the big man. He scores. Working with Citre. They spin it to the left now to Katoa. Playing it left centre today, normally on the wing. To Heyman. He chips, he chases, he scores! What a try for the Bears! Citre. Off a Hickey, and they're going to score again! Beautiful rugby league! Here they go now to Makatoa. Finds his man! Thomas! Try! Try time for the red, black and whites.
Season as they go short again.
And here go the Bears now with Kobe Thomas. They could score again. He sprints down the right-hand touch. Oh, the Bears are roaring at North Sydney Oval. He points towards the bomb stand, and it's party time at North Sydney again. They swing it to the right now to Marshke. Here we go now to Martin. To the corner. Forget about it. The Bears are absolutely roaring at home. And
Burger at North Sydney Oval as the Bears put 50 past the Bulldogs in their most complete display of the season. And it was some of their unsung heroes that proved to be the stars as we look at our stats deep dive. And first of all, welcome back Kieran Heyman. Yes, he had a stint at Tweed. We highlighted him a little bit, but now we are seeing him on his way once more in Bears colours. He had an 18-point haul, 2 low break assists, 2 try assists, a tackle break, some sound defence. He had some great game management behind him as well. But combination with Jesse Marshke will be the big key for North Sydney come the final series if they get there. We'll look at the ladder shortly because there's a big advantage that a 50-point win can have. Next up, Riley Main. He had 12 runs for 139 metres, a line break assist, a try assist, 3 tackle breaks, 29 tackles, just the 1 miss. Not bad stuff from Riley Main. He's been up and down a bit with injury over the last couple of seasons, but when he's on, he can hit a line and he can set up some tries as well. Next up, Kobe Thomas. He picked up a double off the pine after 50 minutes of action. He had 11 runs for 171 metres. The pace on him for that try at the end was outstanding. A line break, 5 tackle breaks, and a 100% tackle efficiency. Well, it was a rough day for the Dogs, but a couple of players stood out. One of them, the young centre, Casillas Tia. He had just over 100 metres, a line break, 6 tackle breaks, and offload. Was stronger defensively. That's an aspect we've been a bit critical of on him this season. He had 6 tackles, no misses, 2 ineffective. Next up, Lipoi Hopoi. He had a 51 minutes, a line break for him, 763 metres, 2 tackle breaks, 25 tackles, 1 miss, 1 ineffective, as he looked to push himself for a first grade recall, as did Daniel Saluka for feeder in an hour of football, 14 runs, 106 metres, a line break assist, a couple of tackle breaks, 38 tackles with 2 misses and 1 ineffective in a pretty sound display as he came back following his concussion issues. Well, next up, we're off to Wendy Park for the final game of the round. It's the Roosters, with Sandon Smith at the helm, taking on the St George Illawarra Dragons, who are looking to continue their good run of form.
Who gets a quick play the ball, and it's Benaya Ayelu, 11 away. Malaysian takes a couple of steps, then gives it to Glover, who finds Ilias, then an offload to Buchanan, and out to little Tyler Peckham Harris. And it took a touch, so it's actually a Dragons. Well, it's going to be a Dragons try. From out. Now Glover. Ilias. Cut out past Buchanan. And then gets a sweet pass out to Fine, who goes in untouched. They swing it right. Glover to Sagranis, who gets out of the tackle of Rodwell and manages to scamper his way to the line. Ilias looking for Fine, and Rodwell gets a jump, but Stanley it's Peckham Harris. Foley. Now King, the cutout ball to Rodwell, who finds enough space out on the right edge to give the Roosters a glimmer of hope. Smith steps off the left foot, puts a kick in, and the Roosters get a consolation.
A way out of it, a 10-point win over the Roosters in this one at Wentworth Park in a match that had a number of NRL consequences. And I'm going to talk about that right off the bat with Sandon Smith. Now, when Hugo Savala injured himself in this game, I found it extremely alarming that the Roosters did not pull Sandon Smith immediately. That was the first red flag that something wasn't quite right around what Trent Robertson's plans were. You kind of felt like it was a game where Sandon needed to prove himself to get his 6-jumper back. And yes, the attacking stats are great for Sandon here. The defensive numbers scream a lot of red flags. And that's what Trent Robertson has clearly indicated here. He doesn't want two off-the-cuff sort of halves. He wants a game manager and a loose unit, like Sammy Walker and Hugo have been. Chad probably best suits the calmness and the game managing of the side of things, so Sammy Walker can be that off-the-cuff general. So that's sort of my theory on why they've gone that way. Let's go through some of the others. Ethan King at the back, he had a try, 19 runs, 146 metres, 7 tackle breaks, 3 offloads, a real excitement machine for the Chooks in Cup. Benaya Ayelu, he had a try at a dummy half, 5 runs for 53 metres, a line break, 2 tackle breaks, a team high 39 tackles with just 3 misses. You're probably thinking, why did Benaya get dropped? He didn't do too bad. Just a couple of little effort plays around that kick early in the count, and then the penalty straight afterwards that Trent Robertson wanted to see fixed. Next, Loko Pacific Tonga had 55 minutes in this game, 14 runs, 155 metres, 79 post contact, 6 tackle breaks, an offload, 22 tackles, 1 missed. He is going to be back in the NRL sooner rather than later, and the NRL have to be put on notice because this bloke is an absolute machine. At the back, it was a chance for Tyler Peckham Harris. He had a double, 19 runs, 189 metres, a line break, 5 tackle breaks and 2 offloads. Is a fair second appearance in the New South Wales Cup for the young fullback. And then we finish up with the centre, Hayden Buchanan. He had 15 runs, 191 metres, 2 line break assists, 2 try assists, 7 tackle breaks, sounding defence and 2 offloads. So now, after that win, we're going to have our first look at the ladder on the lower grade wrap this season. The Warriors have a 5-point gap at the top of the standings. Then behind, you've got the Dragons on 31 points. The rest of the top 5 looks like this. Parramatta, Newtown and Penrith. The Roosters are just 2 points back. Now, I mentioned for and against a moment ago, and look at the big difference there. The Bears have about a 50-point better for and against than the Roosters. So if the Bears start picking up some performances, the Bears will quickly jump them. Canterbury are next, followed by Western Suburbs, Canberra, Newcastle. So jump up with that big win over Souths. Manly are now in a dangerous position with for and against proving rather critical. And then South Sydney are there behind as well. Let's take a look at this week's team of the week. Tyler Peckham-Harris gets a spot at fullback. Sam Stonestreet and Jesse McLean on the wings. Hayden Buchanan and Taylan May are our centres. Kieran Heyman gets a spot at 5'8". Niwai Pulu is the halfback. The forwards, Jack Everington and Tim Johansson. Sam Healy is our hooker this week. Riley Main and Kyle Pickering in the back row. Billy Phillips locking the scrum. Despite not getting back into the NRL this week, Sandon Smith earns the 14 jumper on the bench. Caleb Navale, Lockhart Pacific Tonga and Kobe Thomas round out the bench, with Nick Zagranis the 18th man in an impressive display. It's time to now take a look at this week's Player of the Week. Who is Billy Phillips? I mentioned we'd be talking about him a little bit later. Here he is now. A try, 22 runs, 186 metres in 69 minutes. The Panthers are going to have some openings in their middle third soon, because some of those forwards are starting to get on the ageing side of things. You look at Matt Eisenhuth, a couple others there. You would assume Billy Phillips is the next guy up in that rotation. You've seen the gains from guys like Liam Henry and others in the past do some absolutely amazing things. So keep an eye out for Billy Phillips over the next couple of years to be pushing for a spot, particularly even an NRL debut next season for Billy in those Origin impacted rounds. Well, next up we're heading up north to Queensland for the clash between the Central Queensland Capras and the Papua New Guinea Hunters.
Go one. Tyler, play square. Down. Yeah, come down, get down. In, Taylor. All outside. Down there. Good. Go. That's all. Good. Good. Still in. Down. Go. That's okay. Yeah. All good? I'm happy. That's right. One, two. In. Down. I'll go down. 11's 1 metre. Keep going. Offload backwards. Go, 2. Good line. Good. Correct. Down. Good. 2. James Joey! Who? James Elliott. Keep going. He's back now. 1, 2. In. Down. Keep going. Number 12. He's still down this bloke. Late, high and forceful. On the ball in the bench. Go 1. Aaron's Aaron! Well early and he's led. Keep going. Down. 2. Line's good. No, you're playing that. Keep going. Down. Good. 11. Good. Take to it. Feel the play. Yeah. Good. Keep going. Pass it back. Keep going. 2. Keep going. Down. Go, 2.
In for the Central Queensland Capras there, picking up a 16-point verdict over the Papua New Guinea Hunters. Centre James Walsh picking up 4 tries. He's going to be the focus of our stats deep dive, which we're going to get to straight away, and he's right there. 4 tries in this one, 10 runs to 154 metres, 4 line breaks, 3 offloads, 11 tackle breaks at centre. He almost broke as many tackles as he made at centre, which is a fair achievement. Also chuck in 18 tackles. He did miss 3 and have 2 ineffective, but his work and his ability to be in and around the ball for those big plays was really, really important. Next up, Morlea. He had a try, 8 runs, 87 metres, a line break, 4 line break assists, 4 try assists, 3 tackle breaks, 8 tackles, 2 missed. Now, we mentioned he and Wyembi for Papua New Guinea had that player swap a couple of weeks ago, and Morlea's come in there and really done a job at fullback over the last couple of weeks since his inclusion into the side, and they're on their way back into the winners list. Next up, Nixon Port. He picked up 70 minutes in this game. He just simmed in for a late tackle, which we put in that highlight package. A try, a line break, 17 runs, 170 metres, 4 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, 15 tackles. He was a little bit off defensively in this game, but he's been a fair achiever this season. Next up, Guy Vordo. The Hunters suffered a blow with Sonny Wabo coming from the ground after about 25 minutes, but Vordo stepped up and continued his fine form of late. 11 runs, 115 metres, a try, a line break, 2 line break assists, a try assist, 8 tackle breaks, and an offload as well. Well, next up, we've got Robert Matthias, who picked up a try, 9 runs for 87 metres, 2 line breaks, 6 tackle breaks, 16 tackles, just 2 misses, was the best of the Hunters forwards. Again, that's been my major issue with the Hunters this season, just they haven't been able to get that forward go and momentum in their rucks this season. They've only had a couple of guys over 100 metres consistently week on week. Matthias has been pretty sound for them, but they just need that little focus area for improvement. And then we go to Douglas David. He had a double, 13 runs, 98 metres, 2 line breaks, 6 tackle breaks. He's found a home in the Hunters outside back call the last couple of weeks. Well, next up, we're going up to Townsville for the clash between the Townsville Blackhawks and the Western Clydesdales. The Blackhawks have been in a bit of a rut of late, up against a Clydesdale side that is desperate for improvement.
Lead through here, this one. 4 down. Lead through, 4 on the outside. 2 deep. Keep going on, no tackle. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Ball's down. No tackle still. Oh, go 3. Good line. Keep going on 3. Keep going. Grounding. Try. Coming in at tackle 4. Hold! Go 4. Go 10, 11. Keep going on 4. Do a 4. Ground clear. Keep going on 4. Keep going on 4. Yep. Keep going. Keep going on 4. 4 down. Coming in at tackle 5. Front foot 11 all the way. Study! Emery! Emery's offside in the middle. 1 metre. On 10. Keep going. Coming into 5.
So a win for the Townsville Blackhawks, coming back from a couple of weeks that they'd rather forget, with a 20-point win over the Western Clydesdales, who were competitive in this game right through to the very end. Let's now take a look at our stats deep dive, and we're kicking off with the Townsville Blackhawks, and it's Lennox Tovo, our focus here. He had 14 runs, 129 metres, a line break assist, 8 tackle breaks, a 12-point haul, and a 100% tackle efficiency. I thought that was a really good, strong performance from Lennox Tovo. He had a workplace accident a couple of weeks ago that left him out for a little while. He's come back in the last few weeks and been really sound. Next up, Dudley Dudoy. He had a try, a line break, 14 runs, 186 metres, 2 line breaks, 8 tackle breaks. We say it pretty much every time he's in here, but if you're an NRL club and you need a trade or trial outside back, Dudley Dudoy might just be your man. He's definitely getting very close to that mark. And then next up, Isaiah Latu, the lock forward, played 70 minutes, had a try, a line break, 8 runs to 78 metres, 3 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, a game high 43 tackles, 3 misses, and he only had the 1 ineffective as well. He's been very, very solid for the Blackhawks. Meanwhile, for the Clydesdales, Fuel Schwalger, once again in the middle, he picked up a try, 20 runs, 214 metres, 2 line breaks, 5 tackle breaks. He's been a fine for the Clydesdales since his mid-season return to the club, always being Mr. Consistent. Luke Rowland, he had a try assist, a line break assist, 81 running metres, 2 tackle breaks, 19 tackles. He did miss 6 out there, so that is my genuine concern for him defensively. Just first up contact has to be significantly better. And then we got Josh Keogh up next. He had 13 runs, 98 metres, a tackle break, rather, an offload, 34 tackles, just a 1 miss. Keogh has been a highlight for a struggling side this season, and he's been well deserving of that mark. Well, next up, we're heading over to Mackay for the clash between the Cutters and Wynnum Manly. Mackay have been on the ride up in the last couple of weeks. Meanwhile, for Wynnum, they have been charging ahead, especially with ball in hand. Looking for the first try of the match, Sutton. A show and go from Sutton, that's the opener. The man from Newcastle making an impact once more. Wynnum lead 4-0. Now, of course, working to this right-hand side of the field, Sutton shaped the kick. He's going to link up with Roberts into a bit of space. He kicks inside. It goes off the leg of Sutton. Back across from Jarvis to Hoyter. That's a gem of a try from Wynnum. Now across now for River. Burns a show and go. Faked it beautifully to Biner. The Cutters head back brilliantly. 12 points to 4. Now working across, this is Berryman. He shapes the kick. Goes to the air eventually. They fly high. Sutton flies the highest. 18-4 at the break. And he's doing the shimmy shake. Here in Mackay. Last tackle. After a good break from Kampikowski. They go short. Then from Gale. Out to Hoyter. He gets himself a double. The Mackay edge defence was left wanting on the left-hand side. Berryman now with it. Kicking back across the field. They're going to fly high here. Biner missed it. They've all missed it. And over they go. Deloise Hoyter gets a hat-trick. It's 30-4. Riddell, a crash play. John Riddell goes across. If there's ever a man more deserving, it's him. Here this afternoon. Now they go across to this side of the field. Kalepo. Rivet, beautiful pass. And over they go. Jimmy Ingelick. That's a beautiful finish from the Papua New Guinea winger. Now we should have a penalty. And this is going to get pretty ugly here. Bit of a push and shove. They've gone a bit over the top here. Bit of pushing and shoving. Referee just trying to settle things down with these two as we see Kalolo Satawa called out. And he'll earn a trip to the ban. I think Kalepo's about to join him. And he will. Well, there you go. Picking up a 30-14 win, and it was just 2 try scorers, but very unique ways. Liam Sutton picking up a first half double, then Deloise Hoyter said a hat-trick all the way too, and that was a 30-14 victory. Stats deep dive time now. We're going to kick off with Raiden Burns. Now, we've picked together some season stats here for Raiden, just to highlight how well he's going this season. 157 metres from 16 runs, a line break assist, which he's 4th in the Queensland Cup for, and then a try assist, which is tied for 5th in the Queensland Cup. I think Guy Hamilton's leading that from memory. Liam Sutton's up there as well, which is remarkable considering he's only been here for like half a dozen games. However, Raiden Burns has been a real find this season for the Mackay Cutters, an offload as well, 14 tackles and just missing 1 for a fullback. It's a pretty fair day out at BP Prince Stadium. Speaking of fair day outs, look at John Riddell's stat line. That is not front rower stats. 80 minutes at prop, a try, a line break, 17 runs, 169 metres, 3 tackle breaks, 39 tackles. We know he's a solid defender. 2 missed, 2 ineffective, a fair effort from Johnny Riddell. Next up, Mason Kiddo. Now, he's been a regular 80-minute player since the affiliation switch from Pride to Mackay for a couple of these Cowboys guys. He also had 8 runs, 78 metres, a tackle break, 26 tackles, 4 missed. I'd love to see him get back over the 100-metre mark. He hasn't had that for a little while, though. I'd like to see his involvement pick up because he can play ball. On a Wynnum, no, we're going to kick off down the bottom. Kampikowski, 52 minutes off the bench for the young number 9. 5 runs, 35 metres, a line break, a couple of tackle breaks, 33 tackles, and a 100% tackle rate. A fair effort indeed. Next up, Deloise Hoyter. He picked up a hat-trick, 2 line breaks, 7 tackle breaks, an offload, throw in a hattie, 12 tackles, 2 misses. That is a day and a half for Mr. Hoyter. And then we go to Liam Sutton. We feel like we have him here every week, don't we? 18-point haul, 131 metres from 21 runs, a line break assist, no try assists this week. A bit of a shock for me to see that stat line. 3 tackle breaks, 2 forced dropouts though, 33 tackles, no misses, just 2 ineffective. He can do it all, can't he? in this one, Liam Sutton, since the move from Queensland to New South Wales. Well, next up, we're heading up to Barlow Park in Cairns. A little road trip for the clash between the Pride and the Dolphins, and it's a bit of a grudge match. A lot of Pride stars went to the Dolphins. How did they fare? Let's find out on the highlights.
Wait, go dive in! Go, come on, early, goals early. Let's go. Put in one. 10! All right, right there! Coming into 6. Oh! Good line. Still 4. Still 4. He's through. Good! Through. Down. Okay. Going into last. Happy, mate. Go 10. 9, go 10. Inside 40. We're good here. Inside 40. And out. You got it. That. I got a good mate. Good. Just pass. Just pass. Just pass. Just pass. Yep. Are you serious? Go 3. They're 3. Tackle 3. They're through. Coming into 4. Yep. 10, 1! Come on! Hold! 1. Down. Coming into 3. Sorry. 1, good. Good. Down. Coming into 6. Happy, mate.
Proved the difference for the Redcliffe Dolphins as they picked up a 4-point victory over the Northern Pride, and they were pretty strong in this one, the Pride. They've lost a lot of their North Queensland affiliate players to the Mackay Cutters and other areas, but they have been battling hard under new coach Russell Aiken. Stats deep dive time. Now we're going to kick off with a former Cowboy, Latia Mohedrake. After a stint in the NFL Academy program, he is back. 12 runs, 121 metres, 3 tackle breaks and offload, 50% tackle efficiency, a couple of errors, but it is good to see him back playing rugby league after the NFL Academy stint didn't quite go to plan. Next up, Seamus King-Smith, the halfback, picked up 12 at the Pride, 16 points. He had 72 running metres in this one, a line break, a couple of tackle breaks as well, 2 forced dropouts, 23 tackles, 4 missed, 1 ineffective. Not a bad day for a halfback. Finish up with Marley Batangane. He had 53 minutes, 14 runs, 150 metres, 5 tackle breaks, an offload, 25 tackles with just the 1 miss. Absolutely smashing it out of the ballpark. Next, Willie Partridge in a pear tree. The bloke has been on fire, and he had a bit of redemption against his old club in this one. He had a double, 11 runs, 90 metres, a line break, 4 tackle breaks, an offload, and a 100% tackle rate behind it. Not a bad day for Mr. Partridge. Then we go to Tatore Louis. He had 13 runs, 101 metres, a line break, 4 tackle breaks, 2 line break assists, a try assist, 14 tackles, 4 misses. Then Dan Torre Louis, another one of Eric Smith's recruits, had 13 runs, 101 metres, a line break, 4 tackle breaks in this one. He also had 2 line break assists, try assist, 14 tackles, just the 4 misses. But overall, I have been really impressed with Dan Torre's development this season. And then we finish up with Max Bailey. A try in 67 minutes, a line break, 16 runs, 137 metres, 2 tackle breaks, an offload, 33 tackles with 2 misses and 1 ineffective. Then we go to Tatore. Well, next up, our match takes us to North Ipswich Reserve for the clash between the Ipswich Jets and the North Devils.
Right. Thanks, mate. Goals. Up the legs! 1. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, we'll go. We've played. Hold, go. Keep going. Yeah. Wait. Go 3. Yep, arms always off the ground. Arm is always off. Roll out! Hold here. Hold, go 2. Good. Last run! Hit him in. Wait, go. Watch inside. Hit him there. Yeah. Wait, go 2. Yeah. Wait, go 4. Release! Go. Yep. Onside, we're good.
Move back to within 2 points of the top of the table, Townsville Blackhawks, and that win was important in terms of the top 8 because we'll look at the race for the 4 in a moment where you get that extra week off because the Devils win could be a bit catastrophic for Ipswich. Let's now take a look at the key performers, and we're going to kick off with Ryan Sutton, the man in the middle there. 38 minutes, a try, 8 runs to 61 metres. There's 18 tackles, 3 misses. This was his first game back in 12 months. A well-deserved try, great effort in on the chase, and exactly what they were after. A bit of starch in the middle going forward. Next up, Oliver Pascoe. Well, what more is there to say about him at this point? 90 metres out of dummy half, 5 tackle breaks, 48 tackles, just the 1 miss. It's pretty much a standard day at the office for Oliver Pascoe. Without the attacking sort of stats we've seen in recent weeks, outside the tackle breaks, no offloads, no real line breaks, assist, tries. But it's just a standard performance from Pascoe in a way that he is the glue in that middle of the field. Their edges were being absolutely torn apart in this one. Speaking of edges, well, the one edge that wasn't torn apart was Josh Paxton's edge. A try, 19 runs, 180 metres, a line break, 7 tackle busts, 23 tackles with just the 1 miss. We're talking about Jackson Sherab a couple of weeks ago. Well, what about a hat-trick here? 2 tackle breaks, 7 runs, 76 metres, 2 line breaks, 35 tackles, I should say, with just 2 misses and 1 ineffective. Next up, Jack Ahern. Ipswich certainly targeted him. He had 7 missed tackles, 26 made, though. I thought it was very, very solid work from Ipswich targeting Jack Ahern in defence. You saw Paxton had 7 tackle breaks. Fair chance most of them would have been opposite Jack Ahern. He also had 8 runs, 51 metres, a try and a line break assist. Also, we have Sam Elliott. He had 63 minutes in this one. He had 12 runs for 92 metres, a line break assist, a try assist and a tackle break. 33 tackles with just the 2 misses. Well, next up, we're heading over to the Piccadilly Sporting Complex for the clash between the Tweed Seagulls and the South Logan Magpies, with 2 of the game's best young sevens going head-to-head in Zane Harrison and Kobe Black. Check it out.
Good mate. We'll go 2. Good. Outside. Yeah, I'm falling down, mate. Coming good, mate. Coming good. Go 3. Good line. Yeah. Good, Jody. His arms are out. Now we go 10. Go 8. 35 metres. Takes good. 12. To the ball. Play on. To the left. Backwards. Play on. Play on. Oh! Go. Oh, I got that. Right. First one. Oh! Go. Man needs to make the line. Well, no, to the line. Catch. Down. Ball's down, mate. Good, Jordy. 8. Go 2. Outside. Yeah, that's okay. Ball's down there. All good, mate. All good. Hey! Go 4. 22's linked in. Keep going. Outside. Oh, he's got 10. Yeah, good. All good, mate. I'll go 1. That's side. Oh. I'm happy. Wait, you happy? No. Through the line. 4. Keep going, still 4. Ball down. Good, mate. Oh! Go 4. One's good. Good, mate. Left side's good. Keep going, still 2. Oh, good. Tony, mate. Tony, dangerous tackle. Mitigation and tackle. You're in there by yourself and you're between the legs and his head goes first. You're on report and you're in the bin, mate. Go 10. Make line. Keep going. Go backwards, still 4. Still 4. Still 4. Yeah. Ball down. Pull backwards off Anthony. Go 2. Yeah, good running action. Penalty high. We spoke earlier, mate. It's well too high. You're on report and you're in the bin. Hold! Go 2. Shoot it good. Get in there safe! Outside. Yes! Good.
Bravely for a 4-point victory over South's Logan. The Seagulls did lose Tony Francis after about 14 minutes of an ankle injury. He has been named to play this week though, so that shows you how severe that ankle injury really was. However, it was a good victory for the Seagulls over the Magpies. Let's take a look at our stats deep dive. We're going to start off with Cooper Boyer. He moved out into the centres to cover the injury to Francis. Picked up a try, a line break, 12 runs, 154 metres, 2 tackle breaks and offload, 25 tackles with just 2 missed, 1 ineffective. He's been in our stats deep dive for each and every one of his Queensland Cup games to date. Speaking of a man that knows his way around our stats deep dive, Tuki Simpkins up top. He picked up a try. He had 15 runs, 140 metres, a line break, 3 offloads, a tackle break, 38 tackles with a 100% tackle rate. I'm telling you, if he wasn't at the Titans with that surplus of forwards they have there, he probably is a regular week in, week out, 20-25 minute first grader. And that's a really sad thing about Tuki's career so far. He's been around clubs that have had surplus of forwards, but he just hasn't really caught on. I think that if he just gets some opportunity, he'll show the player that we know he is. Next up, Lyndon McGrady picked up a try, 12 points for him, 13 runs, 122 metres, a line break, 3 line break assists, 2 try assists, a tackle break and an offload as well for Lyndon in this game. Well, this game was also significant for South Logan because it was the return of Big Ben Takura. 53 minutes, 11 runs, 106 metres, 2 tackle breaks, 2 offloads, 20 tackles, 2 missed, 3 ineffective. A pretty sound performance from him in this one. Next up, we've got Floyd Aubrey. He's back in his preferred centre position after a couple of weeks in the halves. He had 9 runs for 105 metres in this one. He also had 15 tackles, 1 miss, 1 ineffective, 2 line breaks, and 5 tackle breaks as well. Next up, we got Pride Pedersen Rapati. He had 52 minutes in this one, 17 runs, 132 metres, 2 tackle breaks, and offload, a 100% tackle rate, with making 28 tackles. Not a bad effort from Pride Pedersen Rapati, and he's been in our stats deep dive quite regularly throughout the season. Well, it is a check of the ladder time, and we do have a top 8 system in Queensland, so you can see that the forward against there will become pretty critical. And there's only 6 points separating the Blackhawks from the Jets, but that gap will get larger, of course, with Townsville being on the bye this week. The race down the bottom of the ladder is interesting too, because if the Clydesdales and the Capras continue to pick up their form of late, then the race to the Sperm will be hella interesting. The big surprise though is the Northern Pride. They've fallen off a little bit. Eric Smith, the coach of the Redcliffe Dolphins now, he took about Will Partridge, Josh Allen, a couple other players, down to Ray Lewis, we mentioned before. So that has been the real difference in form between the Pride and the Dolphins. The Dolphins were still a pretty strong cup side last year, meanwhile the Pride have just been absolutely decimated, as well as not having the likes of Jay Clifford and Tom Duffy every week. Well, on that note, it's time to take a look at this week's Team of the Week for round 16. Moilea at fullback for the Capras, Deloise Hoyter and Dudley Duddo on the wings, James Walsh and Willie Partridge in the centres, Seamus King-Smith at 5'8", with Liam Sutton the halfback. The forwards look like this, with John Riddell and Tuki Simpkins. Oliver Pascoe is the hooker. Robert Matthias and Jackson Sherab in the back row, with the lock forward being Max Bailey. The bench, Lennox Tovo, Cooper Bai, Marley Batangane and Pride Pedersen Rapati. A pretty solid performance. It's all round for our Team of the Week in round 16. It's time to take a look now at our key performer, who is James Walsh, and we'll just run through this stat line again because I think it's very impressive. He had 4 tries, 154 metres, 10 carries, 4 line breaks, 3 offloads, 11 tackle breaks as a centre. Good gravy. 18 tackles, 3 missed, 2 ineffective. He's had an injury-interrupted start to his career so far, but he's developed nicely over the last couple of weeks since his reintroduction to open age footy. So it'll be interesting to see how his career continues to develop and whether the Dolphins do give him a crack towards the end of the season. Be very intriguing. Of course, it'll be a trial watch heading into 2025. So congratulations to this week's Player of the Week, James Walsh. And that's our program for this week. A massive thanks to everyone for their contributions, and a thank you to you at home for your company. We'll catch you next week for our look at round 17 of the Queensland Cup and round 20 of the New South Wales Cup. I'm AJ Lee Cantonio. Take care, and we'll see you next week.